Welcome to the second module of the MOOC Building and Evaluating OER. This module will present you the evaluation process provided in the OLA approach. The evaluation is considered under two different but interconnected perspectives: how to evaluate the student's learning and how to evaluate the quality of an educational scenario. The OLA approach to evaluation is characterized by a high level of modularity. That means that the provided evaluation phases, timing and tools can differ from scenario to scenario, depending on the subjects involved, its duration and complexity, and the learning outcomes expected. Moreover, modularity supports the teachers in adapting the teaching strategies to the different learning strategies and in paying attention to the student individual needs. For example, the distance or blended learning, or the educational process of students at risk of dropout, require high flexibility and a continuous adaptation of the educational plan and teaching strategies. OLA embraces the suggestion to think about evaluation as a window on what the student is doing and how the student is doing, instead of something external that the student must overcome. This window also represents an opportunity for the student to have a view on his or her learning process and reflect on him or herself. It's not a novelty. Students are continuously informally evaluating their own work and giving themselves feedbacks. OLA enhances a more formalized self-evaluation process that helps students to set their goals and objectives. The data collected by means of self-evaluation are a crucial means to take informed decisions regarding their own educational process. Students can be involved in the evaluation process at different levels: in a traditional self-evaluation, by means of questionnaires; in an authentic evaluation process, by means of project works, role-playing, focus groups, or can be involved in a peer evaluation process, where students evaluate each other. Thus, evaluation becomes an integral part of the student learning process where they acquire crucial key competencies needed to prepare them to reflect on themselves and their life environment. In other words, in the OLA perspective, evaluation is more than grading. It plays an important role in the whole student learning and motivation process, enhancing reflexivity and critical thinking skills. Students reflect on their own or peer learning, specifically its achievements and its results. Considering the different normative frameworks on education that coexist in Europe, OLA approach provides two different perspectives in designing scenarios: designed by competencies, designed by learning outcomes. That's the reason why, in each scenario, target competencies and learning outcomes must be defined linked to each other's. Thus, clarifying the existing relationship between competence and learning outcome is crucial, also considering the latter as the main object of evaluation. While, as stated in the European Council Recommendation 2018 on Key Competencies for Lifelong Learning, competencies detail the desired knowledge, skills, and attitudes. The learning outcomes specify what the students are expected to become able to do, in order to demonstrate that they have acquired a particular competence. As stated by CEDFOP in 2014, learning outcomes should be observable, accessible in some way, and both rigorous and flexible, as the learning could be demonstrated in a variety of ways. They are not outcomes of learning, but desired targets and the basis of both learning and assessment. Thus, the challenge for the teacher is to select appropriate learning outcomes which will lead to achieving the competencies, specify evaluation indicators, and develop a functional delivery system. Here we propose you a concrete example of some learning outcomes. This example is from an educational scenario created in the framework of the Include Erasmus Plus project. For example, to explain in detail and clearly, comment on or discuss different aspects of consumer behavior using a variety of grammatical structures, is for sure observable, because you can observe the student and his or her capability in using a variety of grammatical structures while discussing with his peers, and is accessible because you can evaluate the level and the quality of his capability, for example by means of a rubric. The evaluation process provides the teacher with information on the breadth and depth of student learning, the progress of each student and degree of improvements of his or her competencies, the level of learning outcome achievement. But it provides also information on the learning process of the class as a whole and on the capability of the student group in debating, sharing knowledge and ideas, co-creating new knowledge on a specific theme. Allowing to change perspective and consider the student's side, the evaluation process provides the student with inputs on his or her own learning process, the level of learning outcome achievement and the competencies acquired. Assessing themselves or their peers, analyzing their own learning process and results reached could be part of the learning process, allowing students to develop some crucial skills as, for example, reflexivity and critical thinking. 3 different evaluation phases can be provided by a scenario. The initial evaluation gives information on the individual situation before the scenario implementation in terms of views in the topic of the scenario, the initial knowledge and interest on topic, and of competences. An ongoing monitoring of the quality of the learning process can be provided. This kind of evaluation enhances the student reflexivity on his or her own learning process, developing his or her critical analysis competencies, allows the teacher to ongoing adjust and revise the scenario on the basis of the student's learning level and feedback. Finally, at the end of the implementation phase, the summative evaluation gives a feedback on the competencies acquired by the student and on the learning outcomes achieved. It's up to the teacher to decide which phases to provide in his or her scenario, considering which evaluation phase is mandatory. This table is an overview of the evaluation phases where for each phase objectives, subject involved and possible tools to be adopted are clarified. Thank you for your attention.